Previously, we've seen our two NQTs, Jodie and Lucy, facing the stresses of the end-of-year tests. For both, the tests went well, but the pressure isn't over yet. Now in their final half-term, keeping focus is key.
The tests are over, you now need to get to the end of the summer term. But there's lots going on and lots of fun things. The trouble with fun things is that children get excited and that becomes a drain on you. And the weather gets very hot and children get very tired and tetchy. And so do you. So you need to recognise that as well.
Now the SATs are over, I'm just a little bit apprehensive that maybe they're just going to go a little bit mad. They've had a really hard couple of months. They've risen to the challenge really well. And now they're just letting off steam a bit.
Who's got green pepper? Okay. Maybe, Zoggy, maybe get some red pepper on there. As it gets close to summer, it's going to get more and more exciting. So I am worried about it. What have we got to get as far as colours go?
7 things.
7 things, yeah. But what about colours? What would... Mix and match, absolutely. They were making today lots of different healthy foods. I thought, oh no, I think there's going to be a buttered bit of bread is going to end up on someone's face or something like that. But it didn't happen in the end. And I know there's going to be a couple of days where it's going to probably be a little bit of a write-off occasionally. And I've just got to try and keep them pinned down and make sure they're doing something constructive. This is quite nice. I love workshops. It just gives you like a bit of a time out, really. That's pretty cool.
Next September, you're going to be doing something very exciting, very new for you. You're going to be going to secondary school. What I want us to think about this morning are things you are excited about, things you're really looking forward to, and your aspirations. It's going to be a big change for you, and only you can define what happens. Only you can decide how well you take on next year.
I want to go to secondary. Plus, I need to learn more before I go to secondary school.
I was surprised by things that came up in that PHSE session about the secondary transfer. You know, I was really interested when I brainstormed with them. They said things like peer pressure and not having the right attitude and all that sort of stuff, which I just think is really good, that they're already thinking how it's going to affect them and choices and decisions they're going to have to make. What about like the building and stuff like that? Are you worried about that?
Yeah.
In case you get lost.
I want you now to tell me all the responsibilities, all the new jobs you'll get when you're in year 6. What different things will you have to do?
So you have to set an example to the whole school.
That's perfect. Today in my lesson, what I wanted to do was just really focus them on the fact that they're going to be the oldest children in the school and things are expected of them. Abu?
When you help out with the staff at lunchtime every Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesdays you help out there, yeah, lovely. They all seem really clued in about what they have to do. That's a worrying thing, but it's just a question of whether they can just sort of hold on to their naughty urges. There's one phrase there that Tishan said, which I think will sum up the whole thing. We need to get used to being good. And I think the whole dynamic of the class will change when they get into year 6, because the whole focus will be, we're the top dogs now. And so maybe their energy will be channeled into sort of positive things rather than the negative things that it can sometimes be in here.
What you are going to do in your groups is come up with a short piece of drama about these scenarios, and then we're going to act them out. They really enjoy getting involved in drama and how they cope with situations, and you can see all the big personalities as well when you do things like this.
Excuse me!
Miss, she's hiding one.
What have you got there?
You got none, so leave me alone.
That's 5 hours after school.
You can't give us 5 hours, that's not fair!
Do you reckon Alison felt a bit pressured to behave like that?
If someone tries to wind up, but if they're doing something that's really annoying, just ignore them.
That is such a good point, Hussein, and I've actually done it myself. I was surprised by things that came up in that session. I knew they'd been thinking about it, but I didn't realise how much and how they are thinking about scenarios as well and how they're going to cope with certain things. They get so frustrated that you're not paying them attention that eventually they just take their business elsewhere.
Writing reports dominates the summer term once the tests are over. And you need to really plan ahead. This is a massive task in terms of the hours it will take. You can assume that you could probably eat up about 40 hours writing reports for a class of 30 children. Where are you going to get 40 hours from? So you need to be absolutely well planned and well organised.
Oh, report writing. Yeah, it comes around about this sort of time of the year. There's so much of it. More than anything, it just begins to melt your brain after a while, really. But it's not been the ogre of a job that I thought it would be. I'm now worried about how the parents are going to react. I haven't made anything up, so if they have got a problem, I can just tell them what's been going on, and I can show them what's been going on. The week after, all the reports go out to the parents' evening anyway, so we can talk as much as they'd like about it then.
Yes. Obviously, at first, the parents are defensive with a new teacher because they're like the children. They're sussing you out and how your routines work. As the year's gone on, I've just developed a nice sort of open relationship with the parents. I think if you do that, they trust you, and you can see how she's progressing in her writing and building it up. And her punctuation is pretty much perfect, actually.
Earlier on,
Yeah.
when she first came to the school,
Yeah.
she was very shy. Her confidence, well, she didn't really have any.
Yeah.
And now she's just blossomed.
Yeah. You're educating their children. They want to ask questions. They want to know. And I think it's quite a positive thing if you can develop quite a regular, honest contact with parents. When Shannon goes to secondary school, I don't think she should have any worries whatsoever.
She's quite looking forward to secondary school. I
Needing-
mean, obviously, first day is going to be a bit worrying for me as a parent.
Yeah.
It's come round, isn't it?
The parents are quite supportive, and they'll sort of talk to the child about the standard of the work. They won't sort of shift the onus onto me. They'll sort of say, well, you know, my child now needs to take responsibility to move, especially by year 6, you know, they can sort of take it on and move it on themselves.
Parents of Year 6 children or any children who are moving to another school will be very anxious at this time. So it's a time to really reassure them, to talk about all the social aspects of their child, and reassure them that they will be, you know, good at making new friends, and maybe give some handy hints of what they could do to ease that transition.
We'll take a seat just where the books are. How are you feeling about secondary school?
I don't know.
A bit nervous?
Yeah, very, actually. Very nervous. She didn't stand up for herself. And that's what worries me.
I don't think she'll need to. I don't think she'll be one of those kids that will get any sort of... She's quite... she's tall, for a start, and I think that does make... No, but I think that makes a difference. And she's also... She's a nice girl. She doesn't make enemies.
No, she doesn't make enemies. It's a scary time.
Yeah, I understand as a parent it's hard, isn't it? She needs to get there and you need to just see her go.
No. I don't want to see her go.
Oh. It's nice to have the parents' evening over. I was a bit nervous about that. I was a bit nervous about talking to them because that's the point where you have to really look, have they progressed over the year? But luckily, their book showed that they did, which is a bit of a relief. It is nice when you talk to parents, you sort of go, oh yeah, they've done good, and it makes me feel like I've succeeded, which is nice. It's a nice feeling. Bonjour la classe.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Oui, ça va.
When I did my teacher training, I did a modern foreign language specialism. I've been given a coordinator's position next year. I'm sort of being moved on a bit quicker and hopefully sort of putting myself forward for more sort of management responsibility throughout the school.
Je m'appelle Daniel.
Oh la la, c'est très bon. Au revoir. Shake my hand, please. Thank you very much. Shake my hand, please. I want to sort of go for the advanced skills teacher programme, which, if I keep verbal and keep pushing myself forward, I can move into myself anyway.
Je m'appelle Hussein.
Can you put your hands up in the air? And I want you on your tiptoes to reach as far and high as you can. I would like to become a PE coordinator. Being able to sort of bring the good things that sport can out into children is really, really good. And I think children here really do benefit from it as well, in team sports and learning how to win well, learning how to lose well.
Many teachers coordinate a subject or help coordinate a subject in their second year. Speak to the present coordinator, get all their folders and get a picture of what has been achieved within that subject and what needs to be achieved within the next year and onwards.
That's interesting. I'm interested you said that as well. Next year I'll have Year 6 again, which will be brilliant because I get to consolidate this year. Already I look back and think, oh, I'll never do that like that again. And I'm really excited now. It's doing it all again next year and doing it better.
I'm feeling excited about the class next year. It's just I know that I can concentrate so much more on actually my teaching rather than my behaviour management. I'm also looking forward to taking the work that I've done this year for my class now and just changing it, take a lot more risks with them. And that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Don't forget that there is the third term assessment form to be completed. It doesn't require any writing, so there's no reason for any delay, but it does require the signatures of the head, the induction tutor and the newly qualified teacher. And you might want to be on people's case to make sure that that is actually done and sent off to the local authority, appropriate body, well before the end of term.
I've been beckoned to the head's office. I'm not sure what it's going to be about. I think it might be about like the induction year and how it's gone. I feel like I sort of had a lot of challenges in the first term, those sort of obvious challenges when you first sort of start off teaching.
You have faced some challenges, but you've met those challenges in terms of behaviour from some of the children, meeting their learning needs and in particular building their self-confidence. And I think that's one of your particular strengths.
I've really enjoyed my induction year, in as much as you can as an NQT, but I've really enjoyed it. I felt really supported.
It's very successful. You've had a fantastic year and got really good groundings for next year and for your professional development.
I think it's been a very tough year, and I think it's been excellent and great, to be quite honest. I think I've made mistakes and had a few problems, but I've also had a lot more successes. I've learned how to take a situation, be it with a parent, a member of staff, or a child, and how to deal with the situation in a professional and hopefully a successful way.
What I've been pleased about is that you've listened to the advice that people have given and you've asked for advice and taken it on board. Yeah. And your practice has improved. One of the things that you need to do is to tighten up on your organisation and make sure that you know your own routines and the systems and the structures that you're going to have for your next class. Yeah. The recommendations that I will be giving to the authority is that you've passed. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. I want to give you a kiss now.
And I want to cry.
They'll know I'm sad to see them go, but I don't want them to know I'm upset because I don't want them to feel like it's the end of something, because it's not. It's the beginning of something brilliant for them. It's just that they're my first class. I'll really remember these guys because they've taught me loads about myself and about sort of learning this year. It'd be like losing your sort of group of friends that you sort of see every day. But I guess that's part of the job, isn't it? That's what you've got to do. It's quite sad, really.
Good afternoon, Year 5.
Good afternoon, Mr. Todd.
I'll never forget this class, just because A, they're my first class, and B, I think it's going to be a long time before I meet a class like this again. If anyone wants to give me something from their kebab, feel free. And it has taught me so much, and it's left me in really good stead. No, I don't got a bit of pineapple they want to give me. I'm just not scared of any classes now, because I've dealt with these guys, and I've done okay. So I will never forget them.